Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one we've been waiting for a long time. Tony Givens finally gets his shot at the National Heavyweight Championship. One fall, 1 hour time limit. Steve Fury, the champion, against the Dragon, Tony Givens, Bo James.
Is there any more impressive figures just standing in the ring than Steve Fury? Look at that man. He's, what, 6'9", 6'10", yep. 300 pounds. He says even, I'd say about 315, 320. Just impressive. And he's come a long way in a short 3 or 4 year career.
Probably one of the most dominating national heavyweight champions this company's ever seen.
Yeah, he's went through just about everybody, and there was just some vicious chops. Tony Givens, the heart of the line. He's come back from a lot of stuff, concussions, injuries to his ankles, his knees, his fingers, and he's went out there and wrestled with all kinds of problems, but he's never gave up, and he's kept wrestling, and now it's just come into. And here, Tony Givens better realize this real fast. If it comes down to power and strength, he's in another league.
Tony Givens has been a multi-time tag team champion. He has held junior heavyweight championships.
He was a television champion also.
Right. But to my knowledge, this might be his first ever opportunity at the heavyweight championship.
I believe it is. I do believe it is. He's been a Kentucky State tag team champion. He's been all kinds of, and straight down on his head. And he may be hurt severe right here.
And Tony Givens, as very well documented, he has had concussions.
Look at this, Marty. It may be over.
Well, Tony Givens hits his head. Bo James is going to go check on Tony because he hit very, very hard. And Bo's going to ringside. Tony hit his head. Bo James, well, now Bo James is looking at Tony Givens. He hit his head it's been well documented. Tony Givens about a year ago had a serious injury to the back of his head, a concussion in a match against Tom Pritchard and Eddie Golden here in Kingsport, when I believe it was Eddie that held the ropes open, making Tony Givens fall out on the back of his head. He has not fully recovered. Tony Givens, the referee's doing the right thing, counting. Steve Fury wants Tony Givens back in, but Bo James has got to look at the back of Tony Givens' head to make sure that Tony can continue. Now, Bo's interest in this, Bo James trained Tony Givens. Had a lot to do with Tony Givens getting his start in the business. Training Tony. So it's like one of his own out there wrestling for gold. And Bo's coming back up here to the broadcast area. We'll get an update on Tony. Bo, that looked nasty. Was it as bad as it looked like it was?
He's got a huge knot on the back of his head that quick. Straight down in the corner on his head. And it may be over with before it ever gets started.
Tony Givens, I think I can actually see a knot forming on the back of his head, a pump knot.
That's right. I told him, hey, just go ahead. There's no shame in go ahead and letting this match take a count out, come back a better day when you're 100% and go for this title. But this is his first shot, and he don't want to go down in the record books as a forfeiture.
Well, Steve Fury with a boot to Tony Givens. It doesn't look like Steve's giving him a quarter here.
Well, if I was Steve, and as much as I like both these guys, I wouldn't give nobody a penny. I'd be all over him there. Wouldn't give him opportunity. I would have dove on top of him and got that 3 count as soon as he came back in the ring. And
oh, my gosh. Bo, he just elbowed him right in the back of the head where that knot was.
And this is a situation here, too. We've seen this in boxing with fighters, with the referees and UFCs and other things. Rob Knight may need
We'll see if he has any compassion on Tony Givens or not. Oh, there's a boot right to the head. Right to the. We'll see if he has any compassion on Tony Givens or not. Oh, there's a boot right to the head. Right to the head where Tony Givens landed moments ago.
Compassion is something outside the ring. Sign up for when we get in the ring. We know there's a chance that we're going to be hurt or physically abused. Sign up for when we get in the ring. We know there's a chance that we're going to be hurt or physically abused in the ring against some opponents, especially if you're going to get a man like Steve Fury. You're signing to go in the ring, and what normal person thinks this in their head? I'm going to get in the ring with a 6'10", 300-pound man and let him beat the bejesus out of me.
Steve Fury picks up Tony Givens, scoops him up, carrying him around like a sack of flour, and drops him head first into the turnbuckle again. Rob Knight's got to assess this situation.
Rob's not even checked Tony. Here's the situation. Tony Givens, it was summer of 05, was it, or 06? He had a severe concussion in the match with Tom Pritchard. He missed bookings. He missed appearances. He was out of action for a while, and then he tried to come back, and he came back too early and took another shot to the head, and this is, I would say, it right here.
Oh, no. Picks him up. It's just going to be oh, my. He power bombs him into the top turnbuckle.
Luckily, and this ain't so great, but his shoulders took the brunt of that instead of his head.
Well, that's true.
That's like saying I only broke my arm instead of breaking my neck. But the concussion before put him out of action for time, and once you get the first one, they just keep coming back. I've had 8 of them over the years. Tracy Smothers, and now he's just standing on him. Just standing on his head right there. I mean, this is just out and out.
It's brutal.
Yeah, and Rob Knight has not did a thing about it.
Well, let's give Steve Fury some credit. Steve's not doing anything outside the bounds of the rules. Everything he does, with maybe the exception of that, has been within the confines of the rules.
It's legal to throw your opponent on the floor.
Didn't throw him over the top rope.
Didn't throw him. No, as long as you do not throw him over the. Now, this is the illegal part of going out after him. But maybe he's come to his mind. He's going to throw him back in the ring.
Well, Rob Knight is tolling the count. Should both men be counted out, Steve Fury would keep his championship belt. A title in championship wrestling can only change hands on a pinfall or submission. What's Steve doing? Steve Fury has got Tony Givens on the front row. Military presses Tony, drops him head first on the chair in the front row, Bo James.
And they better realize they're going to get – Rob Knight's not even caring. He's counting out. Now what is Steve doing? Rob should have just counted out and ended the match right there, but Rob has come out on the floor, and Tony is out.
Rob Knight, he's been doing this officiating thing a long, long time. This is a major championship match, and I know a referee doesn't want to have that on his conscience that he stopped a championship match.
Well, would you rather have it on your conscience that a man's career ended? And there's a straight in the pole. Ring a bell, Rob. Stop this match.
Well, we might want to consider maybe if Robbie Cassidy or Mo Jenkins of G1's in the back, they might want to consider coming out and throwing in the towel for Tony, because Tony's just getting pummeled. And once again, if they're in the back watching the monitor, Robbie and Mo, you might want to consider that, because Tony Givens is just being manhandled by this monster.
He is being manhandled. I was just handed a note telling me that I cannot go back to the ring anymore. I have to stay back here. I've already broke that once tonight. But I'm worried about this, and there's a straight punch right to the forehead. It just rattles your brain. It just bounces around in there. We're talking severe concussion at the least right here.
Well, Steve Fury rolls in to break the count. What's Rob Knight doing? He's over there talking to the commissioner, I guess.
I believe he was asking the commissioner about stopping the match.
Let's hope that's what that conversation was.
It may be. The state commission may step in here and say, look, enough is enough. We've seen that happen in years past.
Well, Tony Givens had the presence of mind to raise the shoulder. I don't know if that was just instinct.
I believe it is. You know, you can go up to most wrestlers and they're dead asleep and you can count 1, 2, and they'll kick.
Oh, a claw hold. Boy, I haven't seen this in a long time.
I'm going to say this. I saw Steve Fury take a basketball one time and just palm it like that. It was a smaller basketball, but he still squeezed that thing until it busted.
He squoze it?
He squoze it. I'm getting excited here, Mr. Recker.
Squeeze, squoze, have squoozing.
And I believe Tony Givens is squoozing.
There's a brain claw right there, and that, yeah, that's shades of Kerry Von Erich on Jerry Lawler back in '88.
It's a huge hand, and if you look, the one pinky is in the temple, the other, and on the other side, the thumb is in the temple, and then those other 3 fingers in the middle are just pushing down on that forehead.
Oh, picked him up and choke slammed him. Well, sort of like a choke slam, but a claw slam.
A claw slam. A brain slam.
And now Steve Fury does not even want to pin Tony Givens right now. Bo, the claw hold, you might be able to tell me more about that, but pretty much the same effect as a sleeper.
Well, yes and no. There are 2 things. The sleeper will put you to sleep, put you unconscious real quick. A claw just squeezes, and we've seen a lot of wrestlers. Look here, he's going to the top rope now.
Oh, my goodness.
We've seen a lot of wrestlers bleed from the claw. That's where you're so much pressure on the temple, it just splits their forehead wide open. And Tony,
Fury off the top rope. Tony Givens, I don't know how in the world he had the presence of mind to get out of the way. I've said this for a number of years. He's trying to drag it up here.
Yes, and I tell you, Steve Fury, a lot of people are unhappy right now with him. Now Tony Givens is up. And, well,
he can barely stand, Bo. Down he goes again. He got up for a moment. And
right there, that should be it. They should ring the bell, stop the match. But also, I know Tony Givens because I've been in matches.
Wait a minute, here comes Moj, and Moj's got a towel. Somebody apparently heard me in the back watching the monitor, and Mo Jenkins has a towel. Is he going to throw in the towel? I'm glad. I'm glad Mo's there.
Yeah, he needs to go ahead and throw it in. He's out. He's unconscious. He's completely out. He's not moved. He's not got up. He jumped to his feet so fast, the blood rushed to his head, and it just put him right out.
Mo Jenkins tried to check on Tony Givens. Steve Fury. Well, Mo Jenkins is saying no more. If he throws the towel in, it's over.
Yeah, he's not officially thrown the towel in, and Steve is saying no, he wants to pin him.
Well, Mo Jenkins is not actually, is he a licensed manager?
I don't know. He started competing as a wrestler, so I don't know. He may not be a licensed second anymore or manager.
I know when Skolin threw in the towel for Backlund, he was the manager.
Rob is wanting to stop the match, and Steve's telling him to count. He wants that 3 count.
Oh, Tony, bro, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How did Tony Givens raise the shoulder, Bo?
I don't know. If he would have laid on him with his body weight, there was no doubt in the mind there's 1, 2, 3, and all she wrote, and he's still the champion. Now there's a conversation over there. Mo, throw it in the ring. Throw that towel in and get this thing over with.
Like I said, I don't know if he's a licensed manager for Tony, so I don't know how much authority Mo has to stop the match. And now Rob Knight finally backing off and talking to Steve Fury. You would think Rob right now would go check on Tony instead of fussing with Steve Fury.
He would do something. This has just become outrageous. It's out of hand. Somebody needs to do something. There was a representative here from the championship committee. Mark Cruz is here. I see Big Al Bass back there in the back. Somebody needs to stop this thing.
Tony Givens doesn't even know what planet he's on right now. Oh, wait a minute. Steve Fury has just pushed down Rob Knight. Now there's a golden opportunity for Rob to stop this now with a disqualification.
I don't understand Rob. I don't understand why Rob has not stopped the match already. Now he's just warning him. It's over with. It's over with. It's done. Finish it.
Well, now Mo Jenkins on the rope. Mo Jenkins tried to throw the towel in, but Steve Fury caught it and threw it back into the front row.
I'll tell you this. This is a lot of frustration coming out of Steve Fury for weeks and months now. He has been told how bad he is, and he's this and that. John Hawkins has been in his ear. The people have been split between him and the G1 side. And I tell you what, it's a lot of pressure being a champion, everybody chasing you. And this is his opportunity to let all that stress out, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Well, you had a big hand in training Tony Givens as his trainer. What would you advise him to do right now? Just
roll out of the ring and take a count out.
Yeah, live to fight another day. Exactly.
And even I think Tony's right there telling Rob that it's so. And Rob Knight has not stopped the match.
Well, this is a 1 hour time limit too. Probably 15 minutes have gone by, so depending on what Steve Fury does, he could do this for 45 minutes.
Yeah, this is just ridiculous. And Tony tries, by some way getting back to his feet after those big rights. And I don't know what is going on here.
Mo Jenkins getting frustrated outside the ring, but Tony gets back up every time. Wait a minute. Right hand. Tony Givens, this is total instinct.
Total instinct, it's fighting for your life. You realize your livelihood's at stake here now because this guy's putting a pounding on you.
Now you got a pit bull in the corner right there is what you got with Tony Givens. Hard right hand, Steve Fury. Winding up. Oh, yeah, as Jim Hess would say, a good old American haymaker right there. Oh, boot to the face.
Oh, he missed the face. Tony ducked his head, and he took the heel of the boot to the back of the top of his head. He saved his face, but he took a blow right to the same spot that he landed on earlier.
And Tony kicks out. We talked earlier about Robbie Cassidy taking a lot of punishment. Tony Givens is getting his share tonight.
If I was Mo Jenkins here, I don't know if I could refrain from jumping in the ring.
Oh, wait a minute. Steve Fury missed with the boot. Now Steve Fury hanging out to dry, so to speak. Here comes Tony off the ropes. Tony slides under. Oh, Steve Fury on the apron. Tony Givens slides and drop kicks Steve Fury. Could this be another opportunity for Tony Givens dives out of the ring? Now that's, I would say that was probably ill-advised on Tony Givens' part, but it seems to have worked.
He hit head-to-head. And if you see Givens bounce back to about 10 foot off of Steve Fury. Forehead to forehead, both men are down. And this is going to get out of hand if somebody don't do something fast.
Well, the fans are really into this, chanting Tony, Tony, Tony. And I think Tony Givens has the home ring advantage here.
I don't know. You got to listen. Steve Fury's got as many people out here cheering for him as Tony Givens does. The building, if you take from your screen, the right side of the building is about 50-50 Steve and Tony. And then right directly in front of you is 100% Steve, and then over to the side it's split on the sides also.
But you can't take these guys here on the front row right side seriously though, can you?
Well, I don't know.
Wait a minute, is this going to be a pop?
No.
Wait a minute, Tony blocks it. Oh, he does a Wayne Atkins rollover.
Mexican flying head scissors.
Yeah, boy. Now, wait a minute. Tony's going, where's Tony? Oh, no, Tony.
I don't think his balance is good enough to do this.
Tony on top, off the ropes. Oh, right in his back, right in the back. And Steve Fury's got a history of a bad back.
That's true. You hurt my head, I hurt your back.
Pulls him over. 1, 2. Oh, 2 3/4. Tony Givens needs to exploit the back of Steve Fury.
It's ready. He needs to drop a knee right in both knees, right in the middle of his back, and just continues to do it till he can't get up.
Tony Givens from Kingsport, Tennessee, and we're here at the Kingsport Civic Auditorium. There's a reversal off the ropes. Misses, and what do we got? Sleeper. He's got a sleeper.
And you want to take a man down. You saw it earlier in the night. I put it on that big bolo, and I almost had him out. Tony Givens also trained in the sleeper hold, and he's got it on, and Big Steve is already down.
Yeah, down to one knee. That's going to help as far as the leverage goes. As long as he was standing up at a vertical base, that was not going to be an easy thing for Tony to do. Now Steve's down. Steve is down on both knees. One, if the hand goes down 3 times, it's over. Well, Steve Fury still has some gas in the tank.
I don't think Tony's able to clamp. He's got it on him, but I don't believe he's able to squeeze like he needs to do.
Off the ropes. Picks him up. Ooh, a DD. Ooh. That was...
He's got him in a choke. He's got him in a front face lock. It's a front chancery, and he's just cutting oxygen. It's the same as a sleeper hold, Marty. And he's took him off the mat.
I thought that was a botched DDT, but apparently that is what he tried to do there.
Yeah, that is what he wanted, and he got it. That is a front chancery or front face lock, depending on what side of the Atlantic you come from. And he's got the hold on him, and he could put him to sleep just as quick here.
Steve Fury still has some gas in the tank.
The man in the hold is working against himself. All of his weight is on his head. You're working against yourself if you're in that hold, and that's what you got to do right there is get up off the mat.
Oh, Steve Fury showing his power there, dropping Tony Givens.
Givens' head bounced off the mat yet again.
What a match. What a match. National Heavyweight Championship at stake. That title with a storied history. Your current champion is Steve Fury. And Steve Fury, Tony Givens is like the cricket under the refrigerator. You just can't get to.
And look there, he's got another.
That's like a Japanese top sleeper, isn't it?
Got him it's a leg. It's a figure 4 leg lock where he's got making the 4 with his own legs, but he's got his head and his arm trapped in there.
Good call. That's exactly right. And Steve Fury, Tony Givens doing the best thing he can do in this situation, try to wear down Steve Fury because he needs some rest time himself.
Yes, well, I thought that was 3, but he's still off the mat a little bit, Rob's saying. That hand is still out there, and he's moving it. He's showing that he's still with it. He's still got his wits about him, but he is having to fight. And look at the strength and the power coming here.
He's going to try to pick Tony off the mat again. Steve Fury's incredible. He is just an awesomely strong human being. Drops him. And now there goes Rob Knight.
And look here.
Wait a minute. Oh, God.
Out of nowhere comes Steve's new buddy, Oleg, who just knocked Mo Jenkins out.
Oleg Romanov, what is he doing here? Oleg Romanov, he did the same thing to Robbie Cassidy a few weeks ago.
Same thing to Adam York on TV, too.
That's right.
This is the 3rd time he has helped Steve Fury. Steve says.
Oh, wait a minute. Steve Fury just knocks out Oleg Romanov. Knocks Oleg Romanov out. Well, what's going on here?
Steve is said over and over and over he has nothing. Well, he's got the chain. He has nothing to do with Oleg, but he now has the chain. What is going on here?
Oleg Romanov running away like a scalded hog. And now he hits Tony with the chain. Steve Fury just hit Tony Givens with a chain. Well, Steve Fury going to cover Tony.
8-foot log chain upside the head.
Here's Rob Knight. 1, 2, 3. That's a 3 count. Steve Fury. Wait a minute. Here comes Robbie Cassidy.
Here comes Robbie Cassidy. And this is bad blood. I tell you what. All these guys are in the same dressing room, and we're on the same side here, but John Hawkins, and oh, my God.
Oh, Steve Fury has just nailed Robbie Cassidy. He's got the chain. Steve Fury retains the national title, but now he's working over Robbie Cassidy.
Oh,
no. Is he going? No, Steve.
We talked about earlier, he was hung by a rope earlier in the year, and here comes a chain.
We need some help in the back. I don't know who's – Bo, you can't leave the broadcast area.
I'm under a possible suspension.
Well, if I could do something, I would.
Find somebody, Mr. Rick.
If I could do something, I would. Steve, you got to stop, Steve. We've got to get some help from the back. We've got to get somebody from help. We need to get some help from the back. We need to get some help in the back here. What is going on? What are you doing, Steve? What are you doing? Steve Fury has lost his mind. Steve Fury has snapped. The monster has snapped. What in the world is going on with Steve Fury? Tony Givens, Robbie Cassidy, and Mo Jenkins, G1 laid out at the hands of the National Heavyweight Champion. Well, there's the,
everybody is left. It's the last match of the night, and all the wrestlers are gone except myself and
Steve's got the mic. Let's see what he's going to say. Steve Fury has the mic. Oh, he's trying to rationalize.
He's saying Cassidy used a chain. And why is it wrong for him to do it? That's about fair, Mr. Rigger.
I don't know what's going on in this guy's mind.
We're not playing checkers here. Whoa.
Steve Fury, what are you doing, Steve? What are you doing?
He still has his fans, but the majority of them have turned against him now.
Well, wrestling fans, Steve Fury still the champion. We're out of time. We'll try to get to the bottom of this situation.
It's mayhem and carnage out there.
For Handsome Bo James, Marty Ricker for Championship Wrestling. So long for now.